Hey there everyone, and welcome to The Mindful Musician. I'm Cosmin, I'm a guitarist and singer, a professional educator, and a martial artist from Bucharest, Romania. And today I want to show you how you can start to efficiently practice a chord progression in one key like a pro. This video develops on the information and practices that we have explored in the previous one that deals with harmonizing the major scale. So if you haven't watched that one, it will help you if you do. Check it out here, as it will tell you why do the chords in this video go well together and how you can start observing this in many other chord progressions. So let's begin. What is a chord progression? At least two chords that have been harmonized from the notes of a scale or mode and are being played one after the other. It can also contain chords that have been harmonized from a different scale or mode, but that is a concept that we will discuss in a different video, as it represents an exception rather than the norm, at least statistically speaking. As I've explained in the video about harmonizing a major scale with triads, if we harmonize the major scale with this formula, you notice that from each scale degree we obtain a chord that is denoted with Roman numerals. So if we mix some of these chords together, we get a chord progression. Let's go for an easy one for the sake of clarity. C major, G major, F major, and C major once again. These are obtained from the first, fifth, fourth, and again first degree of the major scale. Therefore, it can be denoted as 1, 4, 5, 1 in the key of C. Okay. How do I play the chords? I'll tell you in a few seconds after you give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. First off, you need to understand that because each note making up the chord exists in many positions on the fretboard, you can play the same chord in various shapes. Each tuning has a system of shapes that you can memorize and use in order for you to play various chord types with ease. Since we are an E standard, this tuning's shape system is the famous caged C-A-G-E-D system that I will explain thoroughly in a future video, but for now what you need to keep in mind is that every chord can be played in one of these 5 shapes. Let's apply the principle for the C major chord made up of C, E, and G, that being the root, the major third, and the fifth. 1, 3, 5. These are the 5 positions for the C major chord and every other chord for that matter. And once you need to play chords that have other root notes rather than C, for instance G major and F major, all you need to do is shift the shape to the position on the fretboard that has the root note that you are aiming for. Yes, you need to know the notes on the fretboard by heart in an ideal world. Trust me, it will help you out tremendously, and you can find a nicely color-coded sheet in the link to my Patreon page found in the text description below. How do I practice the chord progression? In order for this process to benefit you, the only rules are: 1. Play the C major, G major, F major, and C major chord progression all across the fretboard. And second, make sure that you play the closest position of the second, third, and fourth chords, that being the G major, the F major, and the last C major, to each initial position of the C major. But why can't I play all 4 chords with the same shape? Obviously you can, but it's not the best way. Because this is exactly what you're aiming to train. The necessary level of fretboard visualization that allows you to play the closest shapes available so that you get to have as many notes in common in between chords and stay in the same octave. This is the base principle of what we call voice leading, and it keeps your chord movements close, sounding well together and natural, especially in contexts in which you're a part of a bigger musical group and it's important to stay in your own lane. That meaning you don't get to play all over the place and overlap with the frequencies of other instruments or the voice. This is how an advanced player treats a chord progression, and now you're learning how to do it too. So this is how it looks and how it sounds like. As with the previous vids, I covered this progression in the key of C, and if you want the whole shebang, I have taken this 1-4-5-1 progression and played it with tabs in 4 other keys so that you can practice alongside me. I've also prepared a backing track that you can use and tabs in Guitar Pro and PDF format on my Patreon page, and the link is as usual in the text description below. The bottom line is that once you're able to practice each and every chord progression you have to play using this process, I promise you that your fretboard knowledge and chord play will be enhanced tremendously. This is it for today. I hope you learned something useful from this video and that you will practice your chord progression differently from now on. So make sure you click that like button and you subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.